Hey everybody, on this episode of TTS Today, I will be introducing you to our latest upgrade to the TOE, more specifically the Order Manage screen. We have removed the limitation on the number of completed orders that will show and created a completely new search button right in the Manage screen. Let's head over to the Order Manage tab to take a look. So here we are, the new Manage Order tab. So just to give you a quick look at what it was, is initially we had these filter tabs, and we've removed them and added a search orders button. So now when you click the search order button, it brings you directly to the search screen within the order manage tab. We haven't left the order manage tab, so that's why it moves so quickly. So now all those features are built in here now. So for instance, if we needed to search on an order status, pending release, I could do it for all. So anything we do not add to this screen and we apply filter, will show up now in the new order manage tab. Notice under the search orders we have an order status, which shows you that I chose pending release. And now out of 112 entries, we're showing 100 of them. We've had this option always, the show number of entries. We can drop this down to 300, which is the maximum. This will allow you to see everything on one screen. So in this instance, it becomes more helpful because now we can just scroll down and see the entire list of items. And we could still sort. All this hasn't changed. So now we have all our pending releases for all vendors, and we have that up here. If we wish to remove all these search filters, we can click this. I'll show you that in a second. Also, what we've done is we've added a page. So right now we don't have multiple pages, but let's remove these search filters. So now when I have everything in here, we have 864 entries. Notice we have multiple pages. So instead of having to search for different items that go beyond, for instance, this 864 entries, because now all the completed items will show up on here, we could just page through and view everything on here. So let's go back to our search orders. And let's choose a particular vendor. So one I like to use is TTS Today. I'm going to leave the status as blank, and if I do apply filters, so now it's showing me every TTS Today vendor and all the different statuses. I have some completed, I have some pending verification. Now if I wanted to change my search, I can go back into search, and it keeps the criteria that we presently had. So I can drop this down and search for all the completes and hit apply filter, and you'll see just the completed order for TTS Today. Again, the status is always here, so keep an eye on this. If you don't see what you're looking for, you probably have something filtered out. And we can go back to search orders, and again I can choose by POs. Everything else has remained the same. The main differences here are order status is chosen from within this search screen. Our communication status is still there. Our order dates and ship dates, if we want to search by a specific date, is still there. Electronically received. And a couple of things about these buttons. For instance, let's say I change this to Kodiak and pending verification. I said, you know what, I want to go back. By undoing changes, it will remember what the last criteria was. So it went back to completed and TTS Today. If I want to close this without any changes, I would hit close and discard changes. If I want to apply the filters, I just hit apply filter, and it would bring us back to the manage screen. The one additional feature, which is a big one, and we're going to go over in another video, is this last autofill receipt transaction number. This gives you the ability to search on anything that you auto-filled when you received an order into the system. And we'll go over that in another video, but that'll make it much easier to deal with back orders. So let's go back and apply our filters. Take a look one last time at what we have here. Again, completed orders. If I want to remove the search filters, I click on remove search, and it brings us back to our initial default view. Notice order status is all. That's basically it. The communicate button works the same. All the PDF releases work the same. You have the ability to still do your one-click verification, one-click release. Our dot matrix people can still print to their dot matrix. And notice at the bottom here, you have one of 864 entries. So that gives you a complete listing. So all the completed orders. So if I click on the status, for instance, of completed, now I can see all my completed orders. And if I drop this down to 300, I don't know how many completed orders we have, but this will show everything that's in the system. We do not limit the number of completed orders that you can see on a screen. So as you see, all the completed orders, much more than 50 listed in here. And the last thing I want to show you is, notice here we have a highlighted order. So sometimes in an order we'll have something that just doesn't seem right to the system. So the system is flagging this as a possible issue. So again, if you have any questions that you'd like us to answer on TTS Today, send an email to askttstoday@tradetechsolutions.com. And we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.